we go, take two, and we're live. Sorry, I had to sneeze, and then we had like negative energy. Hey, what's up? I saw some new people. What's up, new people? I am the High Priestess Phoenix. I'm your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, and messenger of God. Dun dun dun. Welcome. What brought you? I've done to know. Welcome. Are you ready to awaken? I hope so. I'm tired of these people trying to stay asleep all the time. Sleeping through reality. Slipping in the darkness. What's up? Hey, I know I'm a little late, right? Not even. You can't be late when you run the show. The show starts when I say the show starts. Apologies, though. It didn't start at 3 o'clock. I mean, I did what I was supposed to do, but then at 3 o'clock I was guided somewhere else. And that's what had happened. But you didn't miss anything at 1, 2, 3. We're going to check the energy. We're going to do our 10-day forecast like we always do. And I threw in a couple of light cards, and we're going to go from there. So let's just jump into it. Let's see what's up. Alright, so we had left off with the Egyptians on New Beginnings. We just had our Egyptian New Year. Do you remember? New Year? Yep, New Beginnings, Jubilation. So now we're going into development and growth. Yes. How are you guys doing? Are you having a happy Sunday fun day? I am. I hope you are too. Alright, let's see here. We got Kenmet, the cow or darkness. The mineral is garnet, which is always in my bags. Alright, development and growth. Imagine the darkness of the womb where the fetus is developing before birth. Here we go with this transformation bullshit. This tiny speck starts as almost nothing, but slowly, over time, it grows into a baby full of life and potential. Kenmet represents a period of darkness that is necessary before change can occur. It will almost always be positive change, even if the present situation is not exactly ideal. Well, that's good for me and you and whoever else is listening too, because it's kind of dark right now. It's not gloomy, it's just we don't know. We do not we don't have a full knowing. Why don't it? I'm trying to get it to focus. Nope, that didn't work. Yeah, that kind of did. Right? Okay, let's try it. No, forgive me, guys. I'm trying. There you go. Haha! Okay. The parallels found in the meaning of this card with its history are evident. A period of gestation, of waiting for change to occur. Are you waiting on God? Me too. Freaking late, isn't he? Can be painful and unpleasant, but it's absolutely necessary. If you don't grow, you won't be ready to handle the changes coming your way. And that's what Kobe said when we first got here. This is practice. Lace them up. Okay, Kobe, what the fuck are we practicing for? Alright, anyways, history. Kenmet is found in all lists of deacons, a rare distinction shared by few other deacons. Even when it is not present among the first deacons in a given list, it is still regarded as a leader of the deaconal gods. A text from the temple of Komombo states that Kenmet is first among the stars, great god, lord of the stars. The translation in the hieroglyphic Kenmet has long been disputed. It could mean cow or be a partial rendering of the Egyptian word of Egypt itself. Kenemet means black, a reference to fertile black soil along the Nile River. Either meaning could accurately describe the first group of deaconal stars. It may reference the primordial darkness that exists before humans were created, or it could indicate the cow as a mother figure that gives birth to the rest of the deacons. Okay, I just got the weirdest image. Again, I'm in Jim Carrey's freaking energy, so now I'm seeing him crawl out of the freaking... He crawled out of the... Never mind. Go watch one of his movies. Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. During the week of the Egyptian calendar, the going forth of the Great Flame occurs. This is a reference for the appearance of the star Regulus. Oh, Regulus. Which is widely believed to be the astronomical identity of the Kenmet deacon. This week ends with the Tekka festival, a day of drunkenness, celebrated Kemet's conversion from the goddess of destruction into a peaceful cow goddess Hathor. I just want to point that out. Skemet is no more than another Callie. We go from, you know, bloodthirsty, kill you type of I will love you and kiss you and hug you kind of bitches. Apparently we're getting toasted up. That's what it said. I still ain't bought a shot of nothing. Shots. Everybody. In ritual work to Kemet, like Sobdet, may be called upon to lead the deacons at your altar, may serve as an intermediary between you and other Egyptian deities. Kemet can also influence events by delaying their conclusion. If there is something you would like to postpone, according to the Naos of deacons, this deacon has the ability to tie their hands. Ooh. For detailed information, buy the book. Haha. Oh, okay. See, that was the vision I was getting of Jim Carrey where he was calling out of it. Obviously, I'm in the future. Okay, so this is the darkness. I hate these moments. What do? You just be faithful, dude. That's what that means. It's like, you know, okay, alright, for anyone that's had children, it's a long process, dude. Your water breaks, but that don't mean it's coming. It just means it's coming. You don't know when. It could be 2 hours. It could be 24, 48, 36. Hike. And psych, they're going to do a C-section. You never know. So anyways, what are we doing? We're waiting on God, like always. Thanks, God. Like I didn't see that coming. I don't know. 10 days. Can you do it? Are you going to give in before 10 days? Or are you going to believe that he's not going to come rescue me? Take me in your arms. What do you think? What do you think? He's going to forsake you? Like Jesus, he's going to leave you hanging on the cross too long? You're going to crawl off the cross before he gets there? Make your own life? I think not. I'm just going to wait on God, because what else am I waiting on? If I wait for him, he shows up. If I don't wait for him, then I just got to answer. This one's yelling at me. Oh, no. Aren't you gone? Good God. You're looking terrible on tour, too. I saw you. It's Loki, the trickster, the seven. The 7 of Wands. Could be deception. 7 of Swords, I mean. Deception. Alright, Loki, you bastard. Yeah, bastard. I have nothing nice to say about this guy. I really don't have anything nice to say about many guys, if you haven't noticed. He's the trickster on 69. Balance. Loki is a giant born of far beauty and Nal. He belongs to the Seer. He fathered 3 beings, the Midgard serpent, the wolf, Fenrir, and Hel, the I forgot, I left you at the gates of hell. Well, her father has arrived. Her father, who art a trickster. I guess I'm going to have to break into hell and teach you guys a little bit about yourself. I mean, really, I've told you. How do you get out of your hell? Walk away from that's no longer serving you. Do I really need to pump you up and juice you up? Just walk away, bro. We listen to... I was about to say Phil Collins. Dr. Phil. Just say no, bro. Just say no. Just say no and walk away. Alright, that's all I gotta say about that. Anyways, with the aggressor, Aber, whatever, then married Sig, whom he had a son, Narari. He is a giant among the gods who lived in the illusionary life. One minute he appears as himself, the next he has shapeshifted into something else altogether. The Loki card is a direct message about your life and how you are integrating all of who you are into your reality. Loki encourages us to take another look at the illusions and what we present versus what is our truth. Ooh, I don't know. Hold on. What are you asking me to do? Integrating who... Yeah, I got all of me and me. Loki encourages us to take another look at the illusions and what we present versus what is our truth. I don't know. Merkstavi, look out for the trickster. Reversed. This card warns you of unfortunate events that may catch you off guard. You may be questioning what is happening to you. Loki is in reverse. Does not suggest duplicitness, but rather there is another way to view the illusion. There is a cosmic humor in what appears to be bad luck. Recognize the illusion and remember that karma plays a part in everything. Well, yeah, you reap what you sow, dude. That's what it is. You got a whole basket of fucking dirty karma because you've been a dirty asshole. That's just the way it is.
So that looks like something you would draw.
I know, right? I'm not very into all of that. But anyway, so we're dealing with tricksters. And that's what it is, too, is a lot of people are having bad karma. I saw that, and I can't stand the tarot readers anymore, to be honest. But I can see, and I'm talking. Oh, thanks. Okay. I mean, that's what they're telling us. For 10 days, watch out for tricksters, for a bunch of illusionists. Go figure. Go figure. They're everywhere. They're full of crap. They just are. And that's what I mean. I can't even deal with these guys no more. Like the tarot readers, I tried to watch, I tried to listen. I didn't even watch her. I was listening, it like playing when I was driving down the mountain. And it was Frankie, and it was a Sagittarius video, but she couldn't put it in words. She's like, I don't know what this is. There's 3 men watching you, and maybe somebody died or suicide, and they want revenge, and I didn't kill nobody. I had nothing to do with it. Is that your black magic backfiring on you, and you done fucking took your own life? You can't take mine. You better quit playing with magic. Didn't I tell you that last night? You're never going to ever in the million billion years be more powerful than me, because my gifts come from God. Go figure. You keep praying to dark entities, and you're going to get nothing more than God's dark side. His backside is what I heard. At 11:23. I love it. Anyways, let's see what the Hindu energy is. I saw Hanuman. We read about Hanuman in one of our stories, so if he pops out, I wouldn't be surprised. Do you mind? Yeah, I know. I don't know where that cherry came from. It reminds me of this, I don't remember. The Hunger Games, where they got out of it by that. What do we got? Give me the card on the bottom. Oh, Varua. Have we had you before? The Boer Avatar. I don't know. He's all... Dude, he is blinged out. Bling. Here we go. Oh, hail you, O Lord of the universe. You have taken the form of a boar. The earth rests in the peace of the tip of your tusk, like the strain on the disk of the moon. Hey, did you guys see the moon? Oh my gosh, it's the High Priestess moon. It's the crescent moon. So beautiful. Gita Govinida. All right, we have banishment of fear. You know, that's what happened. Nobody showed up at Red Rocks. Why? Because you're fear-based bastards. You're fear-based bastards. And that's fine. All it was a test. This is a test to see how strong you really are. Okay, go back to your matrix boring bullshit and stay away from me. And that's what it is. Oh, why don't you talk to me? Because when I invited you, you were gutless. Protection from the world's ecology. Yeah, that too. Intelligent use of the world's resources, for sure. Freedom from fear of dirt and darkness. Well, I guess we need that since we're in the dark dirt of the Nile, and it's going to be dark for 10 days. 10 days of darkness. Okay, thanks, Varua. I thought it was Hanuma, but okay. So we got that. Did you catch your blessings? You better hope so. Maybe don't pray to that God and you're not going to catch that blessing. It sucks to be you. It sucks to be you right now. Okay, let's keep going. See where we are with the Lumerians. Lumerians. Ooh, that's beautiful. Full spectrum. Dang. We're at the full spectrum. Look at how beautiful that is. Don't you wish you... Hey, it looks just like my tapestry, right? Yeah, buddy. Snap into a Slim Jim. That is a really beautiful picture. All the wings. Alright, let's see. I went to Starseed Elemental 26. Could you check yourself? Creating heaven on earth by honoring the perfection of nature's cycles. Am I not? That's it. God gives everyone a little piece of Eden. You just think the grass is greener on somebody else's side because you were over there, you know, shitting in your own yard. Going beyond the judgment of good and bad, the merging of duality, raw nature, earth wisdom, connecting to ancestors, shadows as fertile soil for exponential growth, the way forward in the whispering of the land, honoring the full spectrum of life. Well, we did a whole teaching on this yesterday about how to reconnect with the oneness, necromancy, the spirits, the animal spirits, everything. I did all of that, and we threw in a spell too. And it's like you're disconnected because you choose to be connected to your phone. You choose to be connected to the matrix. You think that there's something out there. You want likes and views and bullshit instead of going outside and liking the view yourself. You can't enjoy the view unless somebody else likes it for you. That's what I heard. Pretty sad shit, guys. Pretty sad shit. Alright. What does heaven on earth look like to you? Looks like this. Right? Heaven on earth. Do you imagine lush green nature, ancient forests, pristine beaches, crystalline water systems, and all the planet's residents is full health, living in harmony with each other. And yet, nature is in its purest, rawest form, is a balance of life and death, growth and decomposition, the eater and the eaten. In one way or another, this is the natural flux of life. Hey, that reminded me of my bee. Did you guys see the picture? I was so sad he's not here anymore. That's kind of good. He fell into the wax, dude. I saved him all day yesterday, and then he fell into the wax. By the time I looked up, he was just burnt. I was like, he's not gonna, I pulled him out, and he was just waxed. He was a wax figure. I was so sad about that. We already live in Eden, but our efforts to own and segregate us bring us further from this paradigm. Power trips, the need for imaginary security, fear, or avoidance of the shadow keep us out of our freedom. The need to preserve and hold on tightly only stunts our growth and leaves us drowning in a sea of plastic. The real disease on Earth, the barrier to Eden, is in our minds. Life happens, but it is our perception of good and our minds. Life happens, but it is our perception of good and bad and our black and white judgments that prevent us from seeing the grander truth. And that's it. Like, what? That's pretty much where I just taught you 2 days ago. Look, there's a new bee. One dies, another one comes. Come here, bee. Come here. Show him. Come over here. Okay, just get in my face then. Fine. Here, come here. Show them. I'm trying to show you my new bee friend. Oh, you see him? He's watching. Anyways, again, that was my test in Oklahoma. I was supposed to stay still while the bees flew around me, and I wouldn't stay still. You could hear all my videos of me screaming and running. Now, granted, those were big old hornets and weird stuff. So, are you okay? Okay, that definitely looked like a bathroom run. I think you should take the wipes. The toilet paper here sucks. There's some of those moments as a parent. You're like, are you okay? It's like, I got shit. You don't. Sorry. I trip off of everything. It's funny. Going back to it, where were we talking about? The duality and all of that. Yeah, so there's a lot of it. We already said that the wheel spun, and I tried to prepare you for like 3 weeks that if you had bad karma, then this is how you're supposed to, take it like a man. If I see you guys out there crying about, God's being unfair, then I'm just going to laugh at you. I just want to tell you that because nobody's had a shittier life than all of us. So, pull your big boy panties up and, get out of your situation. If you don't know what to do, then just wait for God, like he said. All right. Let's see. When duality becomes one, we find Shambhala before us. Perhaps we can find inspiration from nature and the animal kingdom. Does a tiny frog spend its days anxious over the vulnerable future? What happens when we realize fertile compost greets us when we allow ourselves to transmute our pain? When we honor all that came before. Our roots are nourished and we grow with more vitality, vibrance, and life force. We can anchor more light for the collective and in turn seed new growth. And that's where it is too, is here comes Michael Jackson. You got to make a change. Somebody's got to do it. So you can't just sit around waiting for somebody else to do this. You're waiting for, who? President Trump? Shut up. Who's gonna fix these problems, bro? Somebody's got to take the reins. Somebody's got to be that. I have a dream. There's been plenty of us. What's wrong with you? Do you have a dream or you're just a follower? You want to be a leader, but you're leading people into destruction and into chaos. You know what I mean? We're starting a revolution. Love and light, motherfucker. Love and light. I said love and light, not that we're loving life. We're trying to spread love and light. Do the hard shit. And that's really what it is taking ours, making ours better, and then we can look at other people's in a better view. But if you're sitting there looking at your situation as it's no good, then you're looking no good to everyone else too. I'm just being honest with it. It's you are what you eat. That's all I gotta say about that. What happens when we realize the keys to our future are in the wisdom of the earth and the dreams of the indigenous? And that's it. We're going back to the land. That the answers are in the geometry of the macro and the microcosmos, the nurturing embrace of the oneness, in Mama Nature's arms. What happens when we find peace within the full spectrum of life? And that's it. I told you that too in the last week. That was a lot of our reading was telling you to escape or to go back into Earth, to get away from, to pull out of the Matrix. He always pulled everyone out of their life. And you know what? Royce just shared the most amazing story about an eagle. And it was absolutely captivating. It's like the eagles can live to 70 years, but in order for them to do that at 40 years, they have to make a choice. Their beak has become too old, their claws are weak, and their feathers are too old. So in order for them to have new life, they literally have to go break their beak, wait for a new one to come in, use that new beak to pull off their wings and pull out their claws, and then, only then, can they start a new life. It says it's an absolutely painful process for the eagles, and it takes about 150 days. They make a choice, though. If I want to live, I'm going to have to destroy everything about me to be a new me. And that's just it, you know what I mean? When did I wake up? 40 years? When did Jesus wake up? 40 years? How old was Saul before he became Paul? What about Matthew, John? You know what I mean? What about Sangaru? He was in his 30s. You know what I mean? Going back to the guy that met Melchizedek, his 33rd birthday, he woke up and something was up. You know what I mean? It's time stamped that, you know, when you've hit a certain amount of years, you're ready to grow into that wisdom. You're ready, you know. The cicada hibernates, you know, is grown under the ground for 17 years, only to rise and spend one summer on Earth. And then people around here like running them over and killing them. It's like, dude, he waited 17 years just to see this Earth for one summer, and you've got to take his life? Don't you have another summer? Can he just have this summer? Just one summer? He spent his whole life trying to have this summer. You know, and that's just it, is we spend a whole life waiting to actually live. We survive a lot of experiences, but, you know, it's not until, you know, these wonderful people that are here, most of them are elderly people. They had to work their whole fucking lives before they could get a taste of freedom. And that's all they want is their freedom. And I watch them. They stick in their, you know, they stay in their little RVs, and they have their meals like us, and, you know, they don't spend much time outside, not like us. But, you know, it's just the freedom of being able to be free. But they had to wait their whole life, you know. I can see old men that wait their whole life to buy their favorite sports car. Now they're too old to even push the foot to the, you know, they can't even see and all of that. And it's just it, you know, you have so much life to live if you give up the life that you've been living, you know. That's it. Even the notion of separation, this disease, can be symbolized as no more than a blackened leaf on a healthy tree. The ebb and flow of our evolution and devolution, is a temporary blip in the universe. The message is that we can to ground earth on heaven on earth, but not out of fear. We often try to avoid or run from negative situations, but when fear steers our decisions and actions, far more devastation can result. And that's it. You're afraid of the outcome. You're like, if I go over there and talk to this person, then this might happen. You're never walking up to that person with the idea of what could happen. You're always thinking about the worst case scenarios. You know what I mean? You're psyching yourself out from greatness. Just telling yourself that, you know, something bad will happen. It's the mind. It's just the mind. It comes up with the worst case scenarios. You have to blow through it. Okay, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. If it does happen, then, oh well, at least you were prepared for it. That was a big fat bird. It's a little chunky bird that just flew up. Okay, we often try to avoid, and that's it. You don't want to put yourself in a position where you might be humiliated, embarrassed, rejected, neglected, you know, not come out on a win. Maybe, you know what I mean, be seen less of. You don't want to put yourself in a position that you won't be on top. But in that situation, you miss so many opportunities in so many positions. And that goes back to, I'm seeing, they're showing me sixth grade, or they're showing me field day. Every kid in elementary, I know I have a lot of people in other countries, and usually in the U.S., they have this thing called field day for elementary school kids. It's at the end of the school year, and it's a whole day it's kind of like Olympics for kids. They all have to participate in all these crazy things. It's a field day. They have to do it, and they get these little participation stuff, and then, you know, they get little ribbons and shit like that. They've all got to do everything. They train for it. You know, their little gym class teaches them all the little things all throughout the year. But then this day comes, and they all have to do every single one of them and hope that they could be good at. They're not great at everything. They don't know how to hurdle. They don't know how to, you know, what is it, sack race. They don't know how to do the batons and stuff, but they each and every single one of them has to try, just to give it a try. Now, if each kid didn't get forced at that age, then how many things would they not try? You know, every kid doesn't want to do it. I don't know if you have kids. They don't ever want to do shit. I got one right now. He's 12, and he's just all about, I don't want to do shit all the time. I'm like tired of it. But they don't want to do shit. You literally have to force them. And then after, you see the big smile on their face, like, that was fun, can't do it again. But they're terrified. When we started camping, he was so, when we talked about it in Oklahoma, he was like, are you crazy? This isn't fair. I don't want to go. What are you talking about? Now he's chilling. Today, he did not come with us to Red Rocks. He wanted to stay at the campsite. I was like, I don't think so, dude. You never stay by yourself. You're not old enough, No, I left him. He was cool. And, you know, and that's it. It's like he went from, I don't ever want to do that, to I'm chilling, and I'd rather chill here and do it. And that's just kind of it. You have to push your inner child to do things that you never did before. You ever been to a gay bar? I didn't say you were gay. Have you ever been to one? Why? Because you don't want someone to judge you. Or maybe because you're afraid someone's going to rape you. Why wouldn't you go to a gay bar? Because there's a million different gay people in our world. That's what I mean. Simple things like that, where you won't push yourself into a place where you can feel uncomfortable. Dude, I'm a whole divine masculine inside of here. If anybody shouldn't be at a gay bar, it shouldn't be me. I had a cousin tell me that too. She's like, let's go up here and let's see who they hit on first. That's not funny. But in the sense of, you're going to miss a whole fun shindig at a gay bar because you were afraid of worst case scenarios because you saw this one time, you saw something on a movie once. You know what I mean? And then that's just, you know, it's just your stupid programming. So if you're not taking risks, you're not living life. It's not about winning. It's about experiencing something new, trying it. And the more and here comes Kobe, the more you try it, the better you'll get at it. If you want to be good at it, then you keep trying. And then there's some things that we're just no good at it. I give up. I suck at this shit. I suck. I gave it my best. But at least give some of yourself to, you know, some experiences. Yes. This message is that something, heaven. When we choose to let our hearts lead us away from stories and outdated patterns, our challenges become the fertile compost that feeds our ascending tendrils, as they reach to the heavens and ground its light back here on earth. Divinatory meeting. Step out of your black and white mentality of judgment. It's not true. There's no good and evil. That was the problem with the apple. Fucking you guys in that fucking apple. What made the fall of Adam and Eve? The idea that they knew what good and evil was. That's it. As soon as they ate the apple, they thought they knew better than God. They thought they knew what was right and what was wrong. Okay, well, that mentality, get the fuck out of my house. Oh, you know everything? Go get a job, get out of my house. If you have a teenager, 17, 18, 19, that's a fucking know-it-all and don't listen to you and can't, all right, you gotta go. Go live your life. You know best. You don't listen to my rules. You know best. You just want to fight all the time. Get out. And that's what happened to Adam and Eve. So it's your knowing. How do you know so much? You don't know shit. You know as much as you've stuck in your head, but at the end, when did your education stop? When did you stop putting information into your head? How dated is the information that you have put in your head, and where was the sourcing of it? Somebody said, this one time at band camp, I saw it on Pinterest, I saw it on TikTok, I saw it on fucking Google. So what? What? You fell for that. You thought that was going to work for the weekend. Hey, I did. Hey, it worked for something else, though. It was a much better idea what I did with it. Anyways, step out of the black and white mentality of judgment. Go beyond the concepts of good and bad. And that's it. You guys want to believe God is all good, but you don't want to listen to the stories of Old Testament. You'd have been God's bad. Oh, but you think Lilith's bad. Oh, I'm all bad. Shut up. Our Father who art in heaven. You don't even know. This card invites you to honor the full spectrum of life and find new ways of perceiving your situation. When we judge something, we create a story around it. The stories often create limitations, right? So you're like, this is this, and this is this. So then that's what it is. It can't be anything more than what you allow it to be because you put a box on it. Meaning simple things. You look at a person and you're like, okay, that I know what kind of person that person is. So automatically you already are a know-it-all about that person. You've already judged them, you filed them away into whatever your superior or inferior thought of them was, whether good or bad. We judge something, we create a story around it. These stories often create limitations. Subconsciously, we gather so many of these stories over a lifetime. And that's it. Who told you that? My mom, my church, the school, the internet? That's not true. Jesus didn't wear underwear, dude. Who told you that bullshit? Let's just keep going through them all. Who told you these things, dude? You believe it at face value because you are still very much an impressionable child. When someone tells you something you didn't know, you're like, I didn't know that. And now your knowing is based off what they just told you. Until someone else comes and tells you that that's wrong, or you argue that wrong, it is what that person said it is. No matter what. Right? Right. And that's where you're following everybody else's lead. You're following the herd. You didn't make the decision. The decision was made for you. They told you what it is. To heal our dis-ease and crystallizing the new way, we need to create space of a no story where miraculous healing can happen. This space empowers us all to be aware, I'm getting a download. Empowers us all to be all we are and allows us to know the truth. And that's the reprogramming. I'll get into this and let me finish this and I'll tell you about the reprogramming. Embrace the spectrum of creation in all her colors and the raw, muddy, earthbound shadow parts of the situation to determine whether they are actually bad or if stories you have held on to are limiting your perspectives. Okay, the download I was getting about that is I have to question myself is when I started with the healing of my mental health. Why do I think this way? Is the biggest question you should ask yourself more than anything else. Why do I think that? What made me think that? Why did I say that? Knowing thyself is becoming aware of how you think and you speak. And that's what I try to teach you is the mastering of the mind and the emotions. The only way you're going to master it is to understand it. You don't overpower it. You just understand where I got to that. My famous one, speaking about, gay bars, is I jumped to the conclusion that Allie was gay. I was like, Allie's gay. You're gay for Russ. You're gay. You're gay. You're gay. And he got really mad at me. But later I came back and I explained every one of my neurons that connected to make this thought true to me. How it made the reality inside of my head. How I jumped from here to here to here. And I had all this evidence inside of my head to create this thought that this must mean Allie's gay. I was like, I was convinced. I'm still not unconvinced. I still am not unconvinced. Based on the fact that his music hasn't changed, I'm not sure. Why? Because the mind is all powerful. It's very conniving. I mean, it meant... until I see a woman, now I've got to, my mind came up with this idea that he's gay. So until someone can prove to me or he can prove to me that he's not, and Mike, oh, he's for sure gay, dude. He's 100% gay. He is rimming gay. I know that. There's nobody, his wife can't tell me he's not. You can't change my thought on that. But that's where it goes back to, is you can change your thoughts. You can sit there and start to ask yourself, where did I come up with this? Why did I say that? And then you start to understand it. Then you got to take accountability if you said something to someone, hey, I called you gay because, and I made a whole video about it. This is why I thought you was gay. Not really because of anything else, but it was the amount of attention, plus your homeboys, plus this, that, and the Arabic background. Finalized. Was that the worst thing I said? No. Then I caught a shadow and called him a camel jockey. It just happens. When you're going through healing and you're trying to figure out why you feel certain ways, you got to understand why you say what you say and why you do what you do. You're like, you said that? Oh, I've said worse. I'm the Lilith. Come on, give me a break. Give me a break. God's already cursed me. You can't do nothing about it. All right, moving back. Let's see. Where are we with our Archangels? Well, we were with Christ, always. I put him back in here. Where were we with? Metatron was there. Yeah, we had there's our guys. Oh, yeah, and we had Sandalphone. Bow, chicka, wow, wow. And we had Casael. Right? Yep, so we're going this way. Uriel. I feel like we pulled Ariel last night in the Notras or the Notorious. Yeah, it was Ariel. Oh, there we go. All right, Amelia, is that a pentagram or pentacle on his book? Miss Know-It-All. On Uriel's book, is that a pentagram or pentacle?
That's a pentacle.
Okay, then. All right, what's the visual seed you guys are getting with this? Can you look at the picture of this?
It's also an heavenly one. The demon ones are upside down.
Okay, I don't want to get into that. I'll pull my demon cards in my black bark book and slap you around with it right now. What is he holding right there? He's holding the fire. What else is going on in this picture? Do you see this? What does Uriel stand for? You guys don't know your archangels? You pray to God and you don't know your angels? Who are you praying to? Oh, let me guess. Gabriel, because he just popped up. Get on my face, Gabriel. If there was ever an angel you should fear, I don't fear him anymore. But he comes with your holy purpose, and you're like, holy shit, get out of my face. And then you got Michael, who's, you know, do you know your angels? I mean, seriously. Yeah. All right, Uriel. I think we're going into a new ray, too. Yeah, because Kamael comes after. All right, guys, we're going into... Oh, yeah, we were in the Russell ray. Oh, goodness. All right, we're going into the Archangels of the Red Ray. It is your base chakra, the base of your spine, your tailbone. I told you, your root chakra is nowhere on your legs. It's that bone from Shallow Hal, you know his little tail? I want to pet you. Yeah, that's your base chakra. That's your root chakra, your reality. Healing qualities, grounding, stability, physical strength, vitality, forgiveness, patience. Don't pray for patience. God makes you wait. Oh, too late. He's making us wait for 10 days. Emotional healing. We already said that. We're doing emotional cleansing. Tenacity and success. Crystals, ruby, fire opal, rubellite, red beryl. That looks... that's not what I saw. And a red topaz. I don't know what I have of those. Red cedar, which I totally was burning at the mountain, and mandarin. The giant, oh god, we got Scorpio again. The red giant of Scorpio. I need to pull out our Sabbath book and find out what's going on with Scorpio. Oh, that's right, Venus is squaring Pluto. We're going rounds. Alright, salvation, number 6. You ready? Right. Uriel's name means fire of God or flame of God. As a vibrant firefly and plumes come from his palms in the image of him as a gentle Balinese man on the card suggests, Uriel is the keeper of the flame of divine love. He teaches us the path of salvation, helps purify our hearts and release lower energies such as guilt or anger, which may cloud our judgment. Call upon Uriel to help resolve arguments and bring forgiveness and healing into tense situations. All I saw was me flipping out on the twin flames again yesterday. I totally told him. I told Marshall off. Didn't I tell you? Marshall ain't never been talked like that to. Over what? Some water? Better to do it now than later. I mean, I don't know. Am I asking for forgiveness from the twin flame? Forgive me. That's what I said. And when I realized it wasn't an alcoholic drink, I was like, well, maybe I should ask for forgiveness. And then I was like, this doesn't change a damn thing. This makes everything worse. You didn't even tell me it was fucking water that we were fighting over. Fucking Marshall. Hey, how's that fucking album with fucking LL Cool J? I know you're hella mad about that. I dissed you and your homeboy too. All of them. Where's Fat Neck? Alright. Call upon Uriel to resolve arguments and bring forgiveness and healing into tense situations. I told you I didn't like your karmic crew. What you gonna do about it? You can't fuck with our crew. You're all washed up. Are you gonna be with Pac and Kobe and me? Or are you gonna be with them? The dead 3. Go ahead. Oh, damn. That's funny. And you know I got proof on my side too. What you gonna do about that? Your best friends on my side. All of them. All of the greatest are on my side, and you're over there with the fucking lamest. I told you, you better cross the road, chicken. He can help you start afresh and let go of hurts and grudges. Am I still mad that you took my idea and you went to Formula 1 with it? Nah, not at all. Am I still mad about... I'm not mad. I think you guys are sad and pathetic. I thought you weren't going to do some stupid shit like that. But again, you're just as fucking greedy for the game as everyone else. You just played the game like everyone else. So, you know, whatever. Then you got NF. Nate, if you don't drop the album already... Poor Nate. Nate's like, I don't want to do to her what everyone else did. I don't want to do it. She's going to be so hurt. Something bad's going to happen to me. Nothing's bad's going to happen to you, bro. I mean, unless something bad happens to you. Not for me. They did it connivingly, dude. And they did it to up their numbers. They did it to up their career. He was falling off. Abracadabra. You motherfucker. Okay, I'm a little mad. Because you ain't got no magic in you at all. You used all of my shit. I was mad, though, when I realized you've been doing it your whole career. So why am I mad that you did it to me? How many artists did you do it to before me? Cardi B? Ooh. This isn't helping. Forgive me. Whatever. I'm moving on. I can argue with you till the end of time and tell you that I was right and you were wrong. Or you could just accept that I'm right and you're wrong. Also known as the Angel of the Earth, Uriel watches over the planet and the elements. He is the supreme counselor and one of the wisest of the Archangels. So you can ask him to assist whether you have... Okay, I got a really fucked up download right there. I had last night Russ broke into my dream world. Was trying to be all seductive. Then this morning he wakes up and says he's got a black eye and he doesn't know where from. I told you quit playing around, dude. I told you that my Holy Spirits will get you, dude. I told you. They fucking done knocked you out trying to fucking do that shit with me. Leave me alone, bro. He was trying to be all seductive. I was like, I'm not having sex dreams with you, you weirdo. Get away from me. Don't you have a fucking insta-ho to go fuck with? They sucked you up, bro. As soon as I saw it, he's like, I have this black eye and I don't know where it came from. I was like, I know where it came from. Pac on the block. He has no limitations. I'm telling you, I've seen it. All of us have limitations. God doesn't let us get away with much. Him, I'm not really sure, dude. I don't know how he gets away with so much. Even Alistair and all my demons, we're limited. We can only go into so many places and do so many things. You know, but no, Pac, I'm pretty sure Pac socked you up in your sleep. He probably pissed on your face, too. He don't like you at all. He's hated you since the beginning of this. Get him, Pac. Anyways, he is the supreme counselor and one of the wisest of the archangels, so you should ask him to assist where you have an interview or an exam. Dude, I called this guy. He was all stoked on me. He's like, oh, I can't even make it up. What happened today? God in heaven, he always does. So I did my burn. This is crazy. I can't even make it up. I left my regular typical ritual bag here that I have all my sage burn. So I had my sage ready for my 10-day that I made yesterday. I get down there and I'm like, I don't have any of my shit. I mean, I do have all my herbs. I have, Professor Snape's in my bag and everything, all of it in my trunk. But I don't have my burning bowls. I don't have anything. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? And then they remind me that I have my OG sacral ritual bag where I do at, monumental places. So then they have me do a monumental sage burn up there. And as I'm up there, all of a sudden, it was time to go. My daughter went hiking and she got wore out on the thing. I was like, all right, I'll pick you up. And then next thing I know, they were having a concert. There was too much energy. I was not going to channel right there with fucking hundreds of people coming in. Why? Because, I don't know what's, I bring the universe with me. I don't know. I just did a sage burn. I don't know if you guys are okay. So anyways, I took off from there. I saw in my memories, it showed, when I did my ritual on the top of, the hill in Minnesota, and where I got my wolf spirit with the red chief. Then all of a sudden, I was sitting here, and I got a download to look up jobs that have housing. And I went through that, and I found this one in Minnesota. And I called the guy. It's after time. It's literally 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock their time. I shouldn't have called like that. My professionality would have waited till Monday morning at 9 a.m. I would have known better than to call on a Sunday at 5 o'clock. But I did. And I spoke to him. I told him the whole situation. And he's like, well, we're year round. You need housing. He's like, what about your kids? They want to work? I was like, what? He's like, well, we have some dishwashing positions. I was like, my daughter will be 14. Anyways, so it was a really cool situation. And that came to play too, because 2 days ago, it is back on the track, because that's exactly what happened last time. They took us, on this loopy loop. So as far as blessings and intervention, that came out of nowhere. And in the interview, we had basically a phone interview. I told him about my background. I told him about the kids. I told him about the situation. And then he asked me, so he's like, so are you more interested in front desk or the restaurant? And I was like, well, I've been management in both. I guess it would come down to the need. But truthfully, I think the restaurant would be more productive for me, a little bit more fast paced. I could make some better money. But either or. He's like, okay, well, send me your resume right away. And me and my wife are going to be looking over them this week. And we'll be making some decisions. And so that was cool. That was hella cool. Again, it comes with housing and everything. So I was like, well, okay. It came out of nowhere, literally. So going back to the interview, we did a total phone interview just a little while ago. If you need answers to a difficult question, he'll show you, where is it? Way the fucking Minnesota, bro. Way up there, like, whoa. Somewhere I've never been before again. He'll sharpen your senses so the answers you are seeking pop into your head. Let go of anger and unforgiveness and let my flame of love illuminate your heart. I can help free you from emotional pain. If you do not know the right words to say, call upon me and I will speak through your heart. Here we are with the emotional. We're right in it. Like, we're literally in between. We're in the in-betwixt. Because you're right between the light and the dark. You need to let go the forgiveness. That was that purge card that I pulled. And I saw it, it seems like, oh man, I hate to say this, but that's what the cards is. Reviewing the cards in the last 3 days, what the messages were to tell you. Going back to Friday, your shadow work. All you need to do is break up with your good lovers. I know that sounds fucked up, but that's what it said. It's like most of you just needed to break up and break free and get into Mother Earth to be, you know what I mean? To have that full rising. The first ascension. What is that like? It's like becoming a born-again Christian. You're really high in the spirit. You've broken free. It doesn't last for too long because you got to do a lot more work and keep going, but it seems that you're almost there. Becoming the angel. You can become the essence of Uriel by being a compassionate and forgiving human being. Oh, that's hard, guys. It's something that we can't pray for. I'm looking back a couple weeks ago with baby daddy. I blocked him today. I got tired of it. He keeps sending me requests. I'm like, dude, you can request all you want. The answer is no. Like, I have to block you for you to get this, bro? Like, why don't you get this? But anyways, going back to it that day, spent me about a week. I just kept praying to God. I'm so angry. I just want to, just get rid of the hatred. And, He doesn't. We have to come to terms with things. We have to alchemize the hatred, because the hatred is not really, it's not real in the sense of what it is. The hatred is only built up by pain. So you have to work through your pain that built up this hatred. And after you go to the bottom of the pain, you can forgive yourself and that person. But that's way on the other side of the hatred. And that's where I was. I was so full of hate and anger towards him. How could you sit here and floss on the fucking internet when you know we're poor? How could you sit here? You threatened me that you were going to take my kids and you would do all this stuff. And now you're over here slapping some girl's ass on the internet trying to get my friend request. If you don't get out of my face, you know what I mean? Like, it's not something that God will take away from us. It's something that He gives us the strength to overcome. And the only way that we can overcome people, places, and things is with forgiveness and understanding. And the truth is to just get back to it. Why does this bother me? It probably hurts you. Anything that pisses you off probably hurts you. It reminds you of something that hurts you. So if you start seeing that you're pissed off, then start working through that to find out where the hurt is. Because that's really what's underneath it. You're not an angry person. You're a hurt person. And you're acting out very angrily. And that goes back to Marshall. He's a fucking butterfly. He wouldn't hurt a fly. He's a butterfly himself. But he's hurt. And his words are very painful, can cause a lot of pain. As my own, He's my twin flame. You think my words are polarizing to him? Maybe that's his karma. To get a taste of his own medicine. But in the sense of, your words are... Your evil words are nothing more than your projection of the evil that's been casted upon you, that you're transmuting back out. You're just mirroring it back at people, dude. You don't really hate them. You hate what has been done to you by people like them. That's really the truth. If I had to break it down, and I don't need to be your therapist to know that. It's just that simplistic. Sometimes we may hold unforgiveness within our subconscious where we are not aware of it. Do this process to bring up any stuck emotions so you can heal and forgive yourself and others. Connect to your physical body and call upon Archangel Uriel. Tune into your body and see if you can sense any lower vibrations or feelings. Do you see any guilt, shame, unforgiveness within you? Oh man, if you don't feel like that on Saturday, then you're not doing your job. You should really feel like that all the time. On a Friday, you face it. You face your shadows and you're filled with guilt, shame, unforgiveness, regret, embarrassment. Those are your shadows. Those are real feelings that everyone feels when they're faced with a memory of something they don't want to face, We work through it. Why do I feel guilty about it? Because somebody else makes me feel bad about it. Why do I feel shameful about it? Because somebody else makes me feel shameful about this situation. Why am I unforgiving? That's the truth. Because I don't want to. Going back to it, forgiveness is a power that you choose to hold against others. It's just a power that you choose. It's not real. Going back to Jonica, you dumbass, with your fucking song. It's not a choice. If you won't want to forgive someone, then that means that you just want to hold in your feelings. There's no reason not to forgive. There's no sin that's unforgivable. There's nothing that you've done that's going to make God love you more or less. And therefore, going back to people, there's nothing that they've done to you that you can't forgive them. If God can forgive you, then you can forgive them. Forgive them, for they knew not what they did. In the sense of, they probably knew what they were doing to you, they just didn't know how bad it was going to hurt you. And why did they want to hurt you? Because they were hurting. That's really the truth. What is it? Are you tied up? Are you stuck on something? She's stuck. CJ, can you unstick her, baby? She's stuck on a rock. Her leash is. And that's it. You just got to let them go, dude. You got to let yourself go. You got to let people go. You got to let it go. Or you can, or not. I will never forgive that person. What that means is I'm going to hold the pain of this person in and reflect hatred and anger towards that person for the rest of the time. Come on, man. If you can't forgive them, then who's going to forgive you? And that goes back to Marshall, dude. That day when I had that conversation with him about Haley and I had no idea that he was at her wedding, I was sure it was over. I was like, this is unforgivable. You're never going to talk to me again. Dude, he'll forgive me. Allie forgave me. Everyone, if they don't, then that's it. But my words shouldn't have killed our relationship. Words shouldn't kill your future. It shouldn't kill everything around you, people's words. Because we use our words to hurt people. We know how to do that. Abracadabra. With our words, we create. We either create love or hate. Yeah. I'm still a little pissed off. Connect to your physical body and call upon Archangel Uriel. Tune into your body and see if you sense any lower vibrations or feelings. Do you sense any guilt, shame, unforgiveness within you? Who don't you forgive? Why? Why? Why are you holding on to that? Wherever you hold lower emotions within your body, connect to that area now and ask Uriel to bring his firefly of freedom. Do the process above whenever you need help to release trapped emotions in regards to a person or a situation, so it may be healed. Forgiveness does not excuse bad behavior, but it will set you free from torment so you can move forward with grace. There's nothing to be forgiven about sex worker baby daddy. Truthfully, nobody should have forgive that person for what he's done, but I do so that I can move forward. You know what I mean? It has nothing to do with him. On page 41. Now, going back to it, I want to show you guys, I tell you every time. These teach you guided meditations on how to meet this angel in your intuition or imagination. I don't sit and do them with you anymore because I get pulled into them. So I encourage you always to get these books. This is a trip through the ascension with your archangels. We go one at a time, one a week. Okay? Usually, but we're doing 10-day forecasts. I don't know if I'll be back sooner than that because Monday fun day and we got to get some shit going. I don't know. Again, I don't know. I like to create some stuff, but God's in control, so we'll see. All right, I've been trying to pull this for a long time. We're finally here. The family of light. These are the light workers oracles. What does it mean to be a light worker? I broke that down to you. Do you believe in aliens? Part of the galactic force of light. Whatever. Anything that's of God's creation that still is in the light is of the light. Okay? Okay. On page 60 and 61. The limits that much of humanity place upon their love, that they will love their own family, country, religion, or community better than they love those on the outside. Oh, gosh. This is a perfect time to talk about that. Do not restrain your heart. You are capable of loving humanity, of loving all creation on earth as an extension or as an extended spiritual family. You will love all as your own. You are meant to belong to a broader family of light. Now, go back 2 Mondays and watch how me and Mr. Plum went war over Christ. I went wars over it because he believed his church taught him that only the Church of Christ is going to go to the heaven and blah, 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 blah. And we went all about it. I was like, no, everybody's going to the light. That's not the truth. You don't get to say, your church doesn't get to say, nobody said, that's not what Jesus said. Jesus didn't say that. We're all going. If you sit there with these stupid, you know what I mean, these blocking beliefs that person's not worthy, then you're not worthy. Judge not lest thee be judged. If you think that person's not worthy of greatness, you've automatically told the universe that you're not worthy of greatness because that person is a reflection of you. We are all the same. All of us. In the flesh, created of fucking Adam and fucking Eve. Motherfuckers. Can't stand them. But in the sense of, you know, there's no one better or you know, that was it. And that goes back to Cain. Who enabled this? You know what I mean? You don't get to choose. God chooses. And you stand there and, you know what I mean, you honor his choice. That's Joseph. That's everyone. Just going back to it, it's like, I only love my family. I only love my area code. I only love my people. I only love, you know what I mean, America. And I only love this and I only love that. No. What about the rest of the people in the world? You're leaving out the entire world. The entire world by being so short-minded in that. While some souls have incarnated to learn about us and them, others have a purpose of teaching unconditional, all-embracing love. You are one of these, as I am. If you're a twin flame, that's what you're meant to do. You're not meant to find some soulmate that you're going to live happily ever after for. This person is meant to teach you unconditional love, the thorn in your flesh. It'll break your ego to love this person, but if you can break your skin and your flesh to love this person, you will learn to love everyone as much as that person. So, to you lame-ass, flame-ass twin flames, if you're not doing the healing work that it takes to love an unlovable person, which is you, because you're projecting, everything about that person that you can't love is a reflection of yourself that you say you can't be loved. Meaning, I wouldn't do that, because if I did that, then people wouldn't love me, is how you're programmed. So when you see this person, you're like, no, they're unlovable. Oh, who taught you that? Your narcissistic mother or your absent father? You have taken life to love the many, not just few. For this life's purpose to be anchored. Issues in your biological family may keep you from bonding with them in a typical way. And that's it. I was born into a cursed family, and I'm here to break the curse, not be part of their curse. Perhaps you were the odd one put in your family, the one whom no one really understood. Perhaps you felt loved but couldn't live the way your family seemed comfortable to live. Not at all. They're all about drugs, alcohol, negativity. You know what I mean? They all have, you know, fucking crime, and, you know, they all want to do cocaine on the fucking, you know, and weird shit. Like, this isn't... Grow up. The fuck are you doing? All of you. Every holiday, we got to get together like this. Somebody's got to get drunk and fight. Somebody's on high on drugs. You know, 4 of the brothers, cousins, or uncles are in jail. Shut the fuck up. I just can't stand. No, I don't want to be part of that family. Damn it. God. Maybe you lost a family member through divorce, disease, depression, or death, or through addiction and emotional immaturity that left you disconnected from key family members. Yeah, that's pretty much what happened after my mom died. And I mean, I don't know. I never really fit in. Ever. Never. Because I didn't stand for it, dude. I didn't want to be part of it. It wasn't that I was better than it. It's just that I thought we were all better than it. And that came back to last year. I remember it was Thanksgiving. And I'm supposed to honor my family. And I know the right thing to do at my altar is to put some alcohol. Because that's how they enjoyed their freaking, you know, they enjoyed their their holidays. And it just felt wrong. But at the same time, it was like, well, that's my family. I don't know how many of your family are getting lit on every holiday, but I guarantee you that was mine. And which one? It was either vodka or rum. I couldn't make the decision as to which one. And me, I'm a tequila drinker. That'll tell you everything you need to know about these fuckers. Whilst you must do the emotional healing work to process that pain, understand the purpose of the absence, for your own spiritual connection to remain intact, pure, and powerful. And that goes back to my father. I'd have been even worse if my father was in the situation. You know what I mean? I did bad enough with a narcissistic mother. We didn't need a whole narcissistic father, too. If your mother figure was absent whilst you are advised to do the emotional work to process that pain, understand the purpose of that absence, for you to look beyond your immediate family to find your place and find yourself belonging to and being devoted to the entire human race. What does that mean? It means if you didn't have a mother, then you're called to be the mother for everyone else. Isn't that pretty much what happened? We didn't have parents, so we became parents, right? Right. All right. This pain is part of how you remained unconditional by the more typical family bonds. Whilst these bonds are necessary for many souls, I'm seeing Pac and all the boys right now. They're all lit up. I'm seeing Pac, Kobe, Nipsey, Nate. All of them are lighting up right there. Why? Because we all ran to the hood. The hood was our, was our family, and we loved them. We were their mothers and their fathers, because we didn't have the mothers and fathers at home. So we became that for the communities. Do you understand that? That's what that meant. Amen, fellas. Amen. Long time no see. Did you see Nipsey came through last night? I didn't see Nipsey in a minute. I was so happy, and then he blew up my YouTube. So way to go, Nipsey. Whilst these bonds are necessary for many souls to experience their life lessons, the difficulty you may have experienced regarding them helps push you to become a child of love. And that's it. When you're denied love, you're going to become love for others. And that goes back to my funky ass twin flame. You know what I mean? He didn't have a dad, so he had to become everybody's dad. But now, now he's playing sugar daddy, and it's just a weird show. That's why Pac stalked you in the middle of the night. You had to seek family in expansive ways, remaining open as you searched for love rather than feeling satisfied. Here comes Pac on that fucking... Oh, God. You guys seen that post where he's on a yacht and he's all, I was married before, but I ain't married no more. Just goes to show you, there ain't no love for a thug. There ain't no marriage for a thug. Shut up, Pac. Shut up. Everyone gets sour on it. And that's it. He's sitting there on top of the world, all the money, all the everything, and he's just all in his feelings talking about, I ain't got no wife, nobody loves me, God took my bird in my bush. Happens to the best of us. Anyways, you had to seek family and expansive, and then going back to it, he had to find a whole new family when he left, the East Coast. He had to find a whole new family, and then his old family turned on him. Yeah, his story, he's all in this story. Remaining open as you search for love rather than feeling satisfied by your immediate tribe and close to those outside it. You can come through. Oh, he's bringing up the dirt. He's bringing up the dirt. Oh, no. He's bringing up the dirt. All right, going back to it. He's bringing up the dirt. So Dre played a huge part in fucking up, everybody's relationships, because Dre's a bitch. That's what he says. He's also pointing out, again, as he said, fucking Snoop's a bitch. I stand behind him. I've seen it too much. I saw what he did to Diddy, dude. I saw what he did to Diddy. He told us he was going to do it before any of this. None of us knew this was going to come out. I can't wait. He's already told us. I told everyone what he told me is why he's going after Snoop and Dre, what they're into. But anyways, going back to it. There's this video that can attest to it where Snoop comes out talking about, I didn't have no problems with Eazy-E. I wish I would have known Eazy-E. I didn't get to talk to Eazy-E because Dre didn't talk to Eazy-E. And that's how it is. If you're friends with Dre, you can't be friends with other people because Dre's a bitch like that. He pulls some Diddy shit. That's what Pac is saying right now. Is if you were, you know what I mean? And that's how that's the Suge Knight. That's how it all went. You know what I mean? Dre ain't death row. Dre ain't death row. And that's where this all happened with me and Marshall, is because Pac said to get the fuck away from them, that they're sour, they fucked up their careers, all of their careers, and they're fucking up yours. They're fucking up your fucking ride. And then he came out performing for Gin and Juice, and that's what cut us off. Pac stood in between and said if he doesn't leave them, then he's cut off. And that's just it. We're not going down with you. They're going down. And if you stick, you're guilty by association for what they're doing. And truthfully, I already explained it. Snoop's working with the white man totally to poison not only blacks, but now, more white children. For nothing more than, what, Monopoly coins? He's not already famous enough? No, he just wants to put bad karma, do bad juju. But going back to it, that's what it was, is like, the division. You can't be my friend if you're his friend. You can't be that. And that's what I also pointed out. When Dre got his Walk of Fame, nobody from the West Coast showed up. Nobody showed up for Dre's star. And I pointed that out to Marshall. Do you ever wonder why the West Coast don't mess with Dre? Nobody in the West Coast messes with Dre anymore? And you're the only one out here thinking that, you're the one that made Dre, that kept Dre going. But if you didn't, who was? You brought 50 Cent. You brought them all. The only way Snoop kept going is through collaborations with other upcoming artists, not by Dre Beats. And that goes back to Russ, when he tried to, step in there and buy a fucking Dre beat last year, and it did nothing. Dre's dead. He's locked in my basement, bro. Who put him there? Pac? And that's what he's talking about right here, is, he caused all that problems in the streets, all of it too. And then going back with Diddy and stuff, and he didn't have no problems. This all came in the beginning of it. He made a whole story. It was him and Biggie. He was like, that was his brother. He also came out and he was standing up to Jada about Will. But then Will fucked me, and he went after Will too. And look at what he's doing to Will. Told you. How did you do that? Make a whole song about the dark night of the soul, and you ain't even came out of it with your bald-headed bitch saying she's sleeping with my spirit guide? You guys is crazy. Crazy, motherfuckers. Crazy. Anyways, going back to it. So, you develop families outside of your families, dude. You know what I mean? Like, I'm seeing the turtles. You're an egg, bro. You're an egg born in the ground. You need to go find your family. Go have an adventure. Okay, you can come through your experience not as a victim of circumstance, but as an empowered soul. I'm seeing people that were adopted, that don't know their parents. You hate your parent for not being able to be a parent. Have you listened to my stories? I had a parent that wasn't a parent, that did more damage by being there. And I tell you that the other one would have totally fucked my life twice as much if he was there. That person that made that choice to hopefully that you would have better parents did that because they hoped you would have a better parent than who they were. They didn't believe in themselves and that they could provide the right world for you, is what I'm being told. Whoever you are. Okay? Process it, heal, forgive, and step into the spiritual beings gained through your atypical relationships with your biological family. Although you are not meant to belong in traditional ways to your family of origin, you shall not be denied the love you need. You are here to help build a human family joined by more than blood or legal union. It will not just be you loving the world, but the world loving you. The power of your heart to give and receive love shall not be wasted. And that's it. As much as I love everyone, they love me back, but they're scared. And that's okay. So it's time to gently undo the patterns of attempting to fit in. It's not going to work. Because if you fit into this group, you're going to leave yourself out of every other group. And that's what I told Lewis. If Lewis, you fucking... As I told Lewis, I was like, Lewis, there's so many reasons you can't hang out with me. Because are you black? Are you British? Are you a fashion icon? What are you? I don't even know. Can you just be and stop trying to fit in everywhere else? I don't know who you are. I don't know who you're trying to be. Stop trying to fit in. Instead, trust that you are exactly who you are meant to be. When you do, your magnetism will draw love and friendship from those who vibrate at a similar level of consciousness to you. Leave past hurts and rejections behind. You no longer need them to grow. Why did they reject us? Because they thought there's two answers to that. Because they thought they were better than us, or they thought we were better than them? Answer is, they thought. That's what they get for thinking. I could be sour and say that everybody rejected me, or I could be honest and say everybody fears me. You didn't reject me, you feared me. You feared the possibilities, you feared the outcome. So you ran. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Anyways, and that's, I'm seeing tree. As I told Russ, he rejected me. No, he didn't. He was terrified. And then he showed up at the club the very next night to say, you know what I mean? You didn't reject me. You wanted me. You just couldn't take me. Anyways, sorry. That's funny. That's funny. So it is time to gently undo the patterns of attempting to fit in. Instead, trust that you are exactly who you're meant to be. When you do, your magnetism, blah, blah, blah. Be brave. Pray to connect to your family of light, not only in spirit, but here on earth. Let them in. Know that you belong here in spirit and in body, to be loved, held, touched, listened to, and accepted just as you are. And that goes back to it. It's like going back to the twin flames. I totally still believe in this. I still believe that I'm going to be loved, held, touched, listened to, and accepted, just the way that I am. But you can't face me the way that I am. You're too fearful. It's not my problem. Invocation. I choose of my own free will to receive all assistance from unconditional love so I'm going to pray this for you guys. How about I pray this for you, yeah? I'm all unconditionally loving. All right. If you're okay with it, may I pray for you? Okay. For you, I choose for you of your own free will to receive all assistance from unconditional love so that you can peacefully process any unresolved hurt, rejection, abandonment, judgment, or betrayal. You've learned how to love more unconditional through your experiences. You have learned that love allows all beings to freely choose how they wish to live. You wish to live with openness, love, and connection in spirit and in flesh to those who can accept your love and love you too. Through divine grace, I ask for the assistance in attracting my soul tribe as well as your soul tribe family of light, heavenly and human. May that experience of belonging and conscious community, sharing your light and love with others. Through unconditional love, may all beings feel blessed of true family, a deep, abiding divine love. So be it. You know, I had to stop right there because as they all lined up right there, I haven't seen them in a long time. I told you, when I went back to the light, I don't get to see them like that. I can hear them, I just don't get to see them. And to see them all lined up like that. And again, they made new families. They made new families. And the towers, too. Kobe's showing me the tower. For those that don't remember, Kobe went to jail here in Colorado. They threatened to take away his whole career. They said that he raped some girl and some shit. He was about to lose his wife, his career, everything. In the same jail, I just want to point it out, in the same jail that Ted Bundy was in, that actually escaped. Coincidence? I think not. Anyways, with that being said, is, you know, there's things that come to threaten to threaten your stability. There's things that come to shake your stability. There's things that come to bring you more stability. You know, I have 2 grown children that are karmic and have nothing to do with me because I'm spiritual and they don't fit into spirituality. It's a choice. It's a choice that they make. They choose not to be spiritual, so therefore there's not a place for them in my life. Okay. But with that being said, not being spiritual means you're not part of God either. So it's not just me that you're cutting off. I don't know what to tell you, you know what I mean? It's a hard thing to say. There's many. I drive all the way, I drive through Colorado and all my family's there, but I wouldn't even wave at them if I saw them at a stoplight. They mean nothing. You know what I mean? They were just the bus I rode in on. As soon as we got off that, we found the Freedom Bus and we was out of there. So going back to it, if you're still trying to be, you know, make your mom proud or your dad, you know, or whatever, trying to, you know what I mean, fit in to be that, you know, the loved kid or whatever the case is, just give up. There's other people that'll love you just the way that you are. And that goes back to the LGBTQ community. 90% of them are, you know what I mean, kicked out of their lives. If you make that, they think it's a decision that you've made a decision to love people of the same sex or whatever the case may be. They think you have some control over it. And if you choose to do that, then you don't get to be part of the family anymore, is how they choose. So there's these people that they have a heart yearning for something that the whole world tells them they can't, and now they've lost their whole family too. Do they stop? Do they pretend not to be who they are just to hold on to a family that don't accept them the way that they are? Or do they just give up the family and go find people that will accept them the way that they are? Thank God that we're in a state, we're in an era where they can find people. And that's what caused Dahmer and Gacy and a lot of them, is because you told them there was something wrong with them. So it became wrong. It became very wrong. Very wrong, indeed. So that's our light codes. I don't know when I'll be back to see you guys. I really don't. I got to get some shit together. If God just keeps me still and he wants me just, doing priest work, then I'll keep doing priest work. But ultimately, I don't know. He said, with that 10 days of darkness, that didn't look so yummy. We might need some work on that. I am seeing hell. We need to talk about the gates of hell and, your secrecies and all your stuff that you're holding in. It's just you're holding in. You're not holding in anger. You're holding in pain. It's just coming out. You're coming out angry. You're not really. I wasn't underneath it all. I looked like the angriest person in the beginning, but all I was hurt. And that's it. The shelter dog. I always bring up the shelter dog. You get a shelter dog. It's not going to... It's not going to bite. It's going to cry. It's not going to cry. It's going to bite. That's just how it is. It's not going to cry. It's going to bite. Not because you did anything, but because it hurts. And it's just trying to protect itself. So, watch out for people's bites. Be forgiving to their words. Understand, what the fuck is wrong with you? Obviously, something was wrong with them if they outbursted like that. Stand back. Don't judge them on their age. Don't judge them on the situation. Don't judge them. You don't know what's going on in that big fat head. How many things are crushing them right now. And that little sentence was too much for them. Yesterday, I got really... dude, when I realized that the liquid death was water, I got real irritated at 7-Eleven. Real fast. I was like, are you kidding me? I got into a huge fight with you over water. I was very irritated, and I was very touchy with my kids about it. Very, very, negative. It was like, hold on a second. Let me calm my shit. So going back to it, that also said Mother Earth, going outside. Yeah, overcoming fears, the waiting period. So that's what we got for the next 10 days. I will see you guys when I see you. I don't know when I'll see you, but I'll see you. Keep up on my community page, okay? Okay, later, taters.